Hey guys, Danny here. Today we are looking at some Bluetooth 5.0 earphones. These come in at a pretty low price and have some impressive specs. These were sent to me for review, so please bear that in mind. I'll put a link down in the description for you if you want to pick these up. You can see that they are really nicely packaged. We have a little charging case here that the earphones sit in. It boasts a 3000 mAh battery, which is pretty impressive. It does state that we'll get 42 full charges from this case. I don't really believe that. I think it will be a fair bit lower. Often they over exaggerate on specs with these sort of things, so please just take that with a pinch of salt. However, it definitely does have a big battery because it took quite a while to charge up, and you can also use this thing as a mini power bank, which is pretty impressive. You can see it has a full-size USB on the front there, which you can hook up and start charging another device, which I'll show you later on. The case is fairly bulky and does have quite a bit of weight to it, but it's still small enough to easily fit in your pocket or in a bag, so it's not really an issue. And the fact that it has the bigger battery, you'll get a lot more charges than your standard pair. I've used a lot of these earphones and you don't often get a lot of charges out of the case, so I actually prefer to have the bigger case. I like the look of the actual earphones themselves. They are quite low key and a standard matte black color, which I prefer with my tech. I don't like anything too brightly colored. The little rings on the side are touch sensitive, so you can touch these to stop and start your music, including changing your volume, skipping tracks, answering calls, and they work pretty well. Of course, we also get some other standard bits and pieces, such as some extra ear tips that are different sizes. You want to make sure that you have the correct size so these earphones don't fall out of your ear, especially if you're exercising. You also get a little carrying pouch, which is okay. It's an okay quality. It's just pretty basic. You also get a micro USB charging cable and of course your manual. The charging standard is as you would expect with other wireless earphones. You drop them in the case, they will both turn red when they're charging. The red lights will go off when they're fully charged. You also have a 3 blue LED indicator at the bottom, which shows the power status of the actual case itself. You can also see the lights through the case, which is pretty cool. Charging the case itself is as expected. You just plug in the micro USB cable and you'll see the blue indicators at the bottom start to fill up. When the battery is very low, the last LED will start to flash. So you have a pretty good system to show you whereabouts your battery level is at. Where things get pretty interesting though is because this has a 3000 mAh battery inside, they have included a full-size USB, so you can use this to charge another device, so essentially use it as a mini power bank. It's not going to fully charge any phones, but you probably will get a decent charge out of it if it's fully charged itself. So it's still a nice addition to have. You can see I'm charging my action camera here with it and it works fine. The pairing process couldn't really be any simpler. You take the earphones out of the case, they will sync with each other. One of them will start flashing blue and red. You'll see it appear on your Bluetooth list on your phone. You connect to it and you're good to go. When you put them back in the case, they will disconnect, and when you take them out again, they will automatically reconnect to your phone after you've paired them for the first time. So the use couldn't be any simpler and it works really well. And of course, a nice close-up of my face. Now it's worth noting that my phone doesn't actually support Bluetooth 5, it only supports up to Bluetooth 4.2, but these still worked with my phone really well. So you may actually get slightly better performance than I did. The sound and the bass was loud and punchy and I was really impressed. I'm not an audiophile, so I don't have an amazing pair of headphones to compare these two, but for me they were plenty loud enough, clear, and had a nice bass to them. I had a lot of fun testing these out. I much prefer these earphones over some others I've tested because they're using touch sensitive buttons on the side and not actual buttons. The problem you have with real buttons is when you push them, you're essentially pushing the earphone into your ear, which can be a little bit uncomfortable. But with these you can tap them or just a light touch to pause them or skip a track, which is a lot more comfortable to do. Now, it wouldn't be one of my usual tech review videos if I didn't include some footage of me skipping with the tech in question, so here I'm just testing how well they stay in my ear, and as you can see they work perfectly fine. They felt comfortable to wear and created a good seal around my ear, so I was pretty immersed in the music. They advertise a 3-hour playtime. I got about to 2.5 hour playtime, which is about standard of what you get for these sort of earphones. When I was skipping, I did have a little bit of dropping in and out of the audio, which was a little bit annoying. Once I moved my phone a bit closer to me, I didn't have this problem, but it's important to remember that I am using this on Bluetooth 4, not Bluetooth 5, so this should make a pretty big difference. Overall, I was really impressed with this product. I think it's good value for money. Now, some of you may not consider this a budget product, as it is retailing for about £44 at the moment, but in terms of comparisons, there's a lot of earphones on the market that are £100 and upwards, and they don't perform as well as these. So I do consider them a budget product, and I think they are worth a buy. So I'll put a link down in the description if you guys want to have a look at these. I really appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more videos like this one. And of course, I will see you in the next one.